What's up everyone and welcome back to the Liver Live. Today let's get started with Alisson returns to full training. Liverpool goalkeeper Alisson Becker has returned to full training ahead of Saturday's game at Crystal Palace. The Brazil international has missed the past 3 matches since injuring his hamstring at the end of Liverpool's 1-1 draw with Manchester City 2 weeks ago. Alisson looks good, manager Jurgen Klopp said on Friday. I don't know if good enough now for tomorrow. I have to check that with the coaches and the medical department and with Ali of course. Alisson resumed full training with the team on Thursday, Klopp said. Backup goalkeeper Kevin Kelleher has started in his place for a win in the Europa League over Austrian club LASK, followed by Premier League victories over Fulham and Sheffield United. Klopp was less optimistic about the status of midfielder Alexis Mac Allister, who needed stitches on a cut to his knee sustained in Wednesday's 2-0 win at Sheffield. I don't expect him to be ready for tomorrow, the manager said. Klopp opens up on Jan transfer plans after Joel Matip injury news. Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp is not planning to buy a centre-back to cover Joel Matip's expected absence for the rest of the season. Matip's anterior cruciate ligament injury means Klopp now has 5 senior players unavailable: Diogo Jota, Andy Robertson, Thiago Alcantara, and Stefan Bajcetic, with midfielder Alexis Mac Allister doubtful for the weekend trip to Crystal Palace after sustaining a problem in the midweek win over Sheffield United. In central defence he has Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate, who has had 2 spells on the sidelines already this season, Joe Gomez, and 20-year-old Jarell Quansah, and he believes that will be enough to sustain them providing there are no further setbacks. Klopp said rival clubs would not be leaving a top-class centre-back under the Christmas tree for us, so he would likely manage with what he has. Everyone talks about us needing another player, but they all cost money, and they must be the right player, said Klopp. Liverpool interested in signing Juventus starlet. Liverpool are reportedly interested in signing Juventus starlet Kenan Yildiz, with the youngster impressing in Italy. 18-year-old Yildiz has already made 3 senior international appearances for Turkey under new manager Vincenzo Mournella, scoring his first goal during a 3-2 victory over Germany in a friendly over the November international break. The winger was poached by Juventus Youth Academy from Bayern Munich in 2022 and has also featured 5 times for the old ladies' first team this season, albeit all have been cameos from the bench in Serie A. However, he has also regularly been an unused substitute under Juve boss Max Allegri and has played across the front 3 during his time with the Italian giants. According to Gazzetta dello Sport, Liverpool are one of the several clubs eyeing Yildiz, and, while Juventus don't want to lose the teenager, the Reds could offer a financial package that may sway the young attacker. Despite being incredibly inexperienced, it's believed that Juventus would not even entertain offers lower than £34 million for Yildiz, with a bidding war potentially seeing that figure skyrocket. In my opinion, Yildiz, becomes a wonderful player, said Allegri after the Turin derby against Torino. The veteran coach clearly impressed by what he has seen from the phenom. However, it seems unlikely that Liverpool would be willing to sanction such a potentially expensive move for a player of such little experience. The Reds rarely sign players in their late teens, especially not for tens of millions of pounds, instead generally opting for more tried and tested options. Yildiz signed a new contract with Juve in August and appears someone the club believe has a big future at the Allianz Stadium, making a switch to Anfield even more difficult. Klopp teases possibility of new contract for Matip. Jurgen Klopp has teased the possibility of one Liverpool player being given a new contract over the next 6 months, although he was keen to stress that the final decision would be out of his hands. As it stands, the Reds have 3 senior players whose deals will expire next June: Adrian, Thiago Alcantara, and Joel Matip, transfermarkt. The latter has seen his season ended prematurely by an anterior cruciate ligament injury this week, prompting fears that he may have already played the last of his 201 games for the club, but LFC mightn't yet be ready to send him on his way elsewhere in 2024. During his press conference on Friday, Klopp was asked if there was any chance of Liverpool handing a contract extension to the centre-back in the wake of his major setback in recent days, with the manager replying, via Liverpool Echo, "I would say so, but it's not my decision. The Liverpool hierarchy were either pragmatic or ruthless, depending on your point of view, in allowing 4 players to depart at the end of their contracts last summer, with Bobby Firmino, James Milner, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, and Naby Keita all moving on. It remains to be seen if they'll take a similar stance with the trio who are due to become free agents in 6 months' time." but Matip may stand the best chance of those three to be given new terms, despite his ACL agony. Adrian is now only third in the goalkeeping pecking order, while the £200,000 per week Thiago hasn't played in nearly 8 months, so it'd be no great surprise if either of those were to depart at the end of this season. By contrast, Matip had been a regular starter during the current campaign until his fateful injury blow, and his weekly wage is only half that of the Spanish midfielder. Apology. And that's the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to support me.